By 1970, the muscle car era was dying. Insurance companies were charging young buyers more per month in premiums than their actual car payments. Big block engines were becoming financial suicide. And one man in a small Pennsylvania dealership figured out how to beat the system with a car so clever that most people have never even heard of it. This is the story of the Yenko Deuce. Don Yenko was not some corporate suit in Detroit. He was a four-time SCCA national driving champion who had raced Corvettes at the 24 Hours of Le Mans and won class victories at Sebring. He earned his pilot license at 16 and served in the Air Force before returning to his father's Chevrolet dealership in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. He understood speed because he had lived it at 170 miles per hour. In the late 1960s, Yenko had built his reputation stuffing massive 427 cubic-inch Corvette engines into Camaros, Chevelle, and Novas. These Yenko supercars were beasts. The 1969 Yenko Nova, with its L72 427, made 450 horsepower and could run 11-second quarter miles right off the showroom floor. Only 37 were ever built, and today fewer than 10 are known to survive. But the insurance industry was watching. In late 1969, Nationwide Mutual Insurance announced it would assess a 50% surcharge on any 1970 model classified as overpowered. State Farm had conducted a 3-year study showing muscle cars had 56% higher insurance losses than regular vehicles. Collision claims were 50% higher. Comprehensive claims were 117% higher. The numbers did not lie. Young men were wrecking these cars at alarming rates. Insurance premiums on big block muscle cars exploded to as much as $1,500 per year. For a young buyer making minimum wage that was more than the car payment itself, the target market for muscle cars could no longer afford to own them. Dealers watched in horror as young customers who had been ready to sign walked away when they learned what the insurance would cost. The muscle car bubble was bursting in real time. Every other manufacturer panicked. Pontiac created the GT37. Oldsmobile rushed out the Rally 350. Everyone was scrambling for a solution. But Don Yenko had already found one. Instead of cramming another massive 427 into a Nova, Yenko went the opposite direction. He convinced General Motors to let him order 1970 Novas equipped with the LT1 350 cubic-inch small block V8 from the Corvette and Z28 Camaro. This engine made 360 horsepower from just 350 cubic inches. It revved to the moon and weighed significantly less than the big blocks. The LT1 featured a solid lifter camshaft aluminum intake manifold and 11:1 compression ratio. It was a racing engine disguised as a regular small block. Using the Copo system that he had pioneered for his earlier cars, Yenko ordered these special Novas directly from the factory under code 9010. Each car came with the LT, one engine, a Muncie M, 21 close ratio, 4-speed manual transmission power front disc brakes, heavy-duty springs front and rear sway bars, an upgraded cooling system, and a 12-bolt positraction rear differential with 4.10 gears. When the cars arrived at his dealership, Yenko finished them with distinctive side stripes, a hood-mounted Dixco tachometer with a Yenko logo on its face, and SYC badges throughout. He called them the Deuce, after the Beach Boys song Little Deuce Coupe and the Chevy 2 nameplate. The genius was in what the insurance companies saw on paper. A 350 cubic inch engine did not trigger the same surcharges as a 427. Young buyers could actually afford to insure these cars. But underneath that modest displacement was the same high-winding solid-lifter V8 that powered America's sports car. The Yenko Deuce ran 0 to 60 in roughly 6 seconds and covered the quarter mile in the low 14-second range. It handled better than the nose-heavy big block Novas because the small block weighed less. It was faster in the real world than cars with bigger numbers because the driver could actually control it. Only 175 Yenko Deuces were ever built. 122 came with 4-speed manual transmissions. 53 had the turbo hydromatic automatic. Colors ranged from cranberry red to fathom blue to a handful painted in the one-year-only sunflower yellow. The Yenko Deuce proved that cubic inches were not the only path to speed. It showed that a smaller, lighter engine in a lightweight car could outperform the monsters. It predicted exactly where the performance industry would go for the next 50 years. Don Yenko died in 1987 when his Cessna crashed during landing in West Virginia. He never saw his cars become million-dollar collectibles, but the Deuce remains his smartest creation. The car that beat the insurance companies at their own game and kept the muscle car dream alive for one more year.